Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. We got a lot to talk about today. First and foremost, because I can see it in the camera, my husband is so annoyed by this cord that he bought a shelf and a potted plant to make this look more professional, and I just thought that was really funny. So now it's like all I can focus on. But anyway, so that should be here in a couple days, so in future episodes this will look more legit. But anyways, in today's video, what I wanted to talk about is Stephanie from season 8 of 90 Day Fiancé. We've talked about her a couple times on this channel, but she recently, actually yesterday, she posted on her Instagram her own version of events. And some things I found enlightening, and it's her version of events for what happened during season 8, since she said she did not appear on the tell-all. I guess that really wasn't a surprise to very many people because she has opened litigation against Sharp Entertainment, TLC, Discovery, what have you. So that really did not come as a shock. She's been very public and outspoken about her disdain for production and what occurred on the show. But she actually says that she was not invited or told about the tell-all, even though they've continued to film with both Ryan and Harris on Bearzall after they had wrapped production. So if you want to watch, it's called Sofa Talks with Stephanie, and it's on her Instagram. It's like an IGTV that she did. It's horrifically edited, but her pigtails look great. I will give her that. She actually looks phenomenal. But I have there was a lot of things I noticed that I don't think she's being 100% truthful about. And some things that I just found very interesting. First and foremost, she has people ancillary in the wings, where the camera's just focused on her, but you can see people's like socks. Later on, we see everyone, but there's like a baby crying off camera, and it just drove me bananas. So I don't know if you guys noticed that too, but it was like, just station the camera so that it's not moving. I don't think we need a moving camera if you're just sitting on the couch, and just let everyone be on camera, or bring them on one at a time if you're like trying to be a Jimmy Fallon or something. I don't know. One of the first things I noticed is she brings people on to kind of vouch for her character, vouch for her intelligence, and vouch for the fact that she is not an alcoholic or a pill addict. So she brings on her best friend, Frank, who is actually her personal trainer. She brings on her medical assistant that we saw on the show, and she brought her on to also vouch for her aptitude as a businesswoman. She brings on her, I think it was her cousin, that came to visit that we saw on the show. And all of these people echoed the same sentiments, that Stephanie is a smart person, she's a savvy businesswoman, and she does not abuse drugs or alcohol. What I found particularly interesting is these are all people on her payroll. Does she have friends in real life that aren't benefiting from her financially? So her medical assistant is on her payroll. Her personal trainer is on her payroll. I guess her cousin isn't on her payroll, but I just found that to be kind of interesting. This is what she had to say about Ryan. I took some notes. She said that she and Ryan broke up during production. I think she meant, and this is not the first time, and I'll get to something in a second that really frustrated me. She says they broke up during production. I think she meant that they broke up after they were cast for the show, but before they started filming. She says Ryan was trying to bribe her, but that's confusing because then she said he was demanding more money from her and didn't understand what kind of show she wanted him to be on. So there is a difference between bribery, which is giving people like hush money to, or giving people money to do something, gifts, whatever, to do something that will benefit you. Extortion is like a shakedown, like give me money or else I won't cooperate or comply with what you want me to do. Ryan, if this is accurate, Ryan was extorting her, not bribing her. So that was really frustrating. And for someone with 4 degrees and is so savvy, runs a successful business, get your words right. She also says that TLC Sharp Discovery hounded her for days, telling her she needed to do this and she needed to give Ryan more money. She needed to comply with his extortion demands. We can say a lot about reality TV being contrived, but I don't know if I fully believe that production would encourage her to be a victim of extortion. I don't know, it's kind of wild. She said also that she didn't care about being famous. She just wanted to get exposure for her business. I actually believe this because we've seen, like, with Molly has very savvy and successfully marketed her business, and business for her is through the roof. It's booming. However, Stephanie appeared like a wreck on this show. Personally, I wouldn't seek medical, cosmetic, or any kind of procedures from her because she has claimed that her business had tripled in activity. So in that sense, good for her. I don't begrudge her a successful business by any means. She also makes this bizarre comment that she has 4 people that monitor her social media and read and respond to comments. Why is that necessary? She also says that she only lets people comment that she follows. So presumably those would be people you know, or at least people you trust would not leave like a rude or negative comment. So why do you need 4 whole ass people to monitor and respond to comments for you? Now, there were 2 things that she said in regards to production that I'm going to be honest, I just flat out don't believe. And this is coming from the fact that you guys know I had my husband on to talk about Seeking Sister Wife, and he's going to be on the show again. But he was a production assistant on the show The Bachelor. So he is pretty familiar with reality TV, the things, the lengths that production will go to get what they need for filming. He absolutely buys the fact when Stephanie says that they were shooting for 12 to 15 hours a day. He said that, yep, that sounds about right. Not only though, here's the thing. You don't think that that's a long ass day for the person holding the camera or a long ass day for anyone else that's there on set? It's a long ass day for everyone. So it kind of irks me when because these people that are PAs that are on set, these aren't the people making millions and millions of dollars off the show. These are people that are trying to make a living to feed their family, right? So when these cast members act like they're so poorly treated by production in regards to the length of time they film for in a day, the people on the other side of the camera are also being subjected to those production days and those long filming days. And when you have difficult cast members to deal with, like someone like Devin, it can make someone go, is this job worth it? So in that regards, I do believe her when she said it was really long filming days. It was probably hot. There was the thing about the sand flies, which she has said that her like medical reaction to the sand flies, coupled with her exhaustion, coupled with the bright lights in her face from filming, is what led to her appearing intoxicated and like sleepy on set and in interviews. That's for y'all to decide if you believe that or not, but that's what she says. So one of the things that I just can't imagine that any attorney or producer or anyone would go down this route is she said the night of the SA, that incident with the stealthing with Ryan. She said that the next morning she called this producer person, and then they called her back. She got a call from the producer and an attorney saying that if she was SA'd, then they would have to shut down production. She said that the way that they put it to her is like, we're going to shut down production. That's it. Everything's gone. Everyone goes home. No one gets paid, basically. Everyone loses their job. She said that she felt badly that people would lose their jobs. So she called Harris, and she had already talked about in this that she was keeping him on the back burner because at the time when she went down to Belize, she was basically hounded by production into continuing with the show, and she didn't know if Ryan was going to show, so she had Harris on the back burner for this completely contrived storyline that she essentially was forced into by production. So that's her side of the story. I will tell you, so a couple years ago, this is actually maybe like 3 or 4 years ago at this point, because I think I had just started dating my husband when this happened. Bachelor in Paradise, I don't know if you guys follow the Bachelor franchise. There was an incident with 2 cast members, Corinne and Demario, where they were heavily intoxicated. They were in a pool and some sexual interactions happened. Producers and other crew members were so uncomfortable by what they saw because they felt that Corinne was too intoxicated to consent to what was happening, that production shut down completely. They sent the cast members home, they sent the crew members home. And when you are a PA, you get paid per show. So you get hired on for each new season, right? And so my husband was lucky enough when he was working for the show that he worked more in the office and for one of the creators. So he wasn't like fully on set. He didn't travel for the show or anything like that. So these people, all the crew members who we knew, a lot of them were out of work at that point. They didn't put that on Corinne and Demario to say like, you're going to cost everyone their jobs. They did that's outrageous. And to cover their own asses, they shut everything down and had a full-on investigation. They ended up changing like drinking policies on the show. A lot of stuff changed after that incident. And we can say a lot of things still probably need to change on that show. But it wasn't up to the cast members whether or not production shut down. That was up to the powers that be. So I don't really fully buy what Stephanie is saying with this story. Also, she says that she is pursuing criminal charges against Ryan in Belize. Or, I'm sorry, I don't know if she said she is or she said she can, and that he can face up to 10 years in prison. So there's that information as well. Pardon me. The other thing that I found not fully believable is that she says that she paid that. So they were getting ready to fly to Belize and they had missed some flights. They had all this crew equipment. Everything was a mess. And she ended up having to pay for several crew members' flights to Belize. My husband, when he heard that, said that that's absolute bullshit. He said there's always contingency plans. There's always a budget. Someone there would have had a company card. So he said that that was just not very believable to him. I'm really curious if you guys watched this. Do you think Stephanie redeemed herself? Do you think that you buy the fact that the circumstances regarding her appearing so out of it was due to exhaustion, a medical reaction to this being bit by sandflies, the light in her face? She also at one time mentioned that she's legally allowed to drive in Michigan with windows that are tinted beyond the like what's allowed because she has this light sensitivity, and that she drives around with a note in her car saying that she's allowed to drive with windows that are more tinted. So what do you guys think? Did she redeem herself? What did you guys think of the format of her show? It kind of seems like this is going to be an ongoing thing, that she's going to have sofa talks with Stephanie be a thing. So let me know down in the comments. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Reality Squad, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.